Welcome to Authentic Health Fridays on the Jason Wright Show. This segment empowers you to reclaim control over your well-being and live a life aligned with your body's natural design. I am thrilled to guide you through insightful conversations and practical advice, all geared towards helping you achieve the vibrant and balanced life you deserve. In this dynamic series, we have the privilege of tapping into the expertise of a true visionary in the field of health and wellness. Dr. Gus Vickery, the founder of Authentic Health, located in the scenic heart of Asheville, North Carolina, is more than just a renowned author and speaker. He's a beacon of wisdom in the world of precision medicine and integrated health. Each episode, Dr. Vickery will be your trusted companion on a journey to unlock the secrets of authentic health. Drawing from his extensive knowledge and expertise, he'll share invaluable tools, tips, and information to guide you in understanding your body's unique needs and embracing the principles of precision medicine. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Authentic Health Fridays. I am flying solo today. Gus is out, and I thought I would take the opportunity to kind of give somewhat of a recap over the previous Authentic Health Fridays with a little mindset training to boot. So one of the things, if you were to ever work with Dr. Gus Vickery for optimizing your health, the first thing he's going to do is start with your mindset. He's going to try to get your mind prepared for the journey that you're about to go on. And it's for a very good reason. Here's why. Most of what holds all of us back on any goal, any ambition that we have, it's not some outside force. It is our mind. It is us telling ourselves that either we just don't have the time, we just don't have the resources, we just aren't that disciplined. It's these voices that become the enemy in our mind that hold us back and cause us to put off the best version of ourselves. And in this case, what we're talking about is putting off our healthiest self, the healthiest version of who we are able to become. And ultimately, that's what we want. That's why we devote an entire Friday episode to this topic of authentic health. Now, I want to recap on something that I think is paramount to my and Gus's approach to giving you this information about health and wellness. So first of all, why authentic? It is because there is a design that all of us were made in the form. We all came as a specifically designed creature. And so Dr. Gus's philosophy, which I wholeheartedly agree with, is to manage our bodies according to the way it was designed. So everything we talk about on Authentic Health Fridays has to do with digging down to the cellular level and attacking whatever problem or deficiency we might have based on how our body is designed. And I heard something yesterday. I was interviewing Matt Beaudreau for the podcast, the co-founder of Apogee Strong, which all of you should go check out and listen to that episode next Tuesday. I'm going to air that. He is, some of you may have heard of Tim Kennedy, the MMA fighter, former Green Beret, just all out badass. He and Matt co-founded this Apogee Strong, and I am so excited to bring that episode to you. But he said something when I asked him the question about how do you start the training process, in particular with young men. And he said, what we're doing is taking things back to their factory settings. That's what we do. We take the young man and we try to revert back to his factory settings. And I thought, man, that is an amazing metaphor for what we are trying to do with Authentic Health. We're trying to take things back to their factory settings and then enhance that. So just like a piece of software or a computer, for example, it has its factory settings, right? And then it goes out onto the internet and we download all kinds of crap, games and different platforms and you name it. We just pile on all this stuff until eventually we bog it down. Eventually, if you use a Mac, that little rainbow circle starts spinning and spinning when you want to do the least little thing. Your fan starts coming on. And it's like your computer's about to blow up. Why is that? It's overheating. It's moving slower. It's not moving efficiently. It's because the factory settings have been completely distorted. And so what we are trying to do with Authentic Health Fridays is to try to get you back to your factory settings and then start building from there. So here is my challenge for you today. Since there is no episode today about, some micro level getting into the weeds, trying to help figure out how to optimize with the wisdom and the knowledge of Dr. Gus Vickery and me kind of posing questions. And since that's not happening today, here's my challenge for you. 1, get started right now. You know what procrastination is? Procrastination is what completely annihilates your destination and your elevation. The longer you put it off, the less likely you are to get there. So I want you to stop procrastinating right now. There was a guy, now most of you have heard of Napoleon Hill, right? Well, Napoleon Hill, he's the one who wrote Think and Grow Rich. Unbelievable author and preacher, and just a really he is an OG in the mindset and self-improvement space. There's another guy though that was a good friend of Napoleon Hill's named W. Clement Stone, and he was famous for saying this really cool, succinct 3-word affirmation or whatever you want to call it, incantation. And it was this: do it now. Do it now. As a matter of fact, W. Clement Stone, he lived in a high rise in New York, and before he would get on the elevator, he set a goal for himself to say, do it now 100 times before he got to the first floor. From the elevator to the first floor, he wanted to say, do it now 100 times. And so what I'm asking you to do, if you have not gone back and listened to every episode of Authentic Health Fridays, and that does nothing for me. I don't get paid for every download. This has nothing to do with my benefit. It's everything to do with your benefit. If you haven't listened to these, go through and sort them and start listening to them one by one and do it now. And then whenever you hear something that prompts in your mind, that's something I should really be doing. I should be going to bed earlier. I should be drinking more water. I should be supplementing whatever. Do it now. Do it now. What are you waiting for? Now, whenever the enemy of our mind starts to come in and tell you, you're not going to keep up with this. You've never stuck with anything in your life. You've never stuck with any diet, any training program. You've never done it with your life. You have to counterbalance the negative self-talk with positive self-talk. I was watching Novak Djokovic play in the finals of the U.S. Open this past weekend. And okay, the greatest tennis player of all time. He's the GOAT. He's the Michael Jordan of tennis, the Tom Brady of tennis. And I remember watching and thinking to myself, just like whenever I used to watch Tom Brady play and he'd be down by 14 points, or, the Patriots or Tampa Bay, they'd be down. And it didn't matter if there were only 5 seconds on the clock. Tom Brady kept you watching the game because you knew at any moment he could turn things around. It's the same thing with Djokovic. I was watching him, and it looked like in that second set, after he just came in and crushed the first set, the second one, it looked like he was out of gas. It looked like he might be cramping. I remember McEnroe asking the question. I think it was McEnroe said, has Novak ever cramped up during a match that we were aware of? He just looked exhausted. But all of a sudden, he fought back and he fought back. And once he got a little bit over the hump, he just started going and getting more and more and more aggressive. I knew in that moment that what must be going on in his head was a battle of the mind. I guarantee you his body was saying, you're tired. You're 36 years old, which is a dinosaur in professional tennis. You've done enough. You've already won 23 Grand Slam titles. Dude, chill. You don't have to put your body through this. But the warrior that he is, I guarantee in his mind said, shut your mouth. of the two voices in my head, you do not get to determine what happens because you're weak and you're pathetic. I am a warrior. The reason why I'm the greatest that has ever played this game is because I have been here before. I will prevail today. And then he went on. That's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to realize what time it is. And what time is it, rather? It is right now o'clock. It is right now o'clock. For your health, for your wellness, for your joy, for your happiness. And every Friday, Gus and I are coming on here trying to give you the tools and the tips. Do you know what look, since Gus is not here, I can say this, but it is an enormous value in just cold, hard dollars to have Gus Vickery at our disposal each and every Friday for an hour to an hour and a half. I mean, Gus takes the stage with the likes of Dave Asprey, Ben Greenfield, all the you name it. That's the circles that he runs in, and he is devoting an hour. We try to get those episodes into an hour. We've yet to do it. I think our best one was maybe an hour 20. And so these are literally designed to be like master classes on taking control of your health and your wellness. So by all means, please take the time to go back and listen to those episodes and form questions. Just set aside a time and say, okay, I'm going to go listen to micronutrients. I want to hear about molecules. I want to understand supplements. I want to not only know what supplements I should probably be adding to my nutritional protocol, but why? What's going on in my body that would require me to supplement with niacin? Understand the master antioxidant that is glutathione. Why do I need that? Why is it that Jason Wright has said he will not travel without his bottle of glutathione? Why is it that Tony Robbins, that is friends with Nayan Patel, who created the glutathione supplement that Jason takes and Tony Robbins takes, why is it that Tony Robbins will not travel the globe and get on stage? He will not go on those trips without his glutathione. Why? We'll go listen and find out. These are the building blocks of good health and health optimization that we're trying to bring you. Go all the way. And here's the thing. It's like trying to build a car and starting with the wheels instead of the engine, or starting with the doors instead of the frame. This is structured in such a way that when you go back and listen to these episodes, Dr. Gus starts with the gut. That is the foundation for all of good health, is your gut. Getting your gut health right is paramount to getting everything else optimized and the way it should be. So go back and listen to these episodes. And here is the final thing to kind of just cap off this Authentic Health Friday is do it now. That's it. I mean, don't wait. Don't wait. I am telling you, the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to your family and to everyone that you come in contact with is a healthier you, because a healthier you leads to a more joyful you, a more valuable you. You're a valuable person, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter what you look like. That's not what I mean here. What I mean is you're able to contribute more when you feel good. You have more energy. You're healthier and you're living longer, and you're living healthier longer. You're able to contribute more to your community and the world in which you exist. So please, by all means, that's my plea for you, is to get your mind right, to understand that procrastination is absolutely the destroyer of your elevation and your destination. Most of what is holding you back from the best version of yourself is in your mind, and you hold the sword to slay that dragon of your mind once and for all, should you so choose to do it. I hope you have an incredible Friday. I hope you have an incredible weekend. Gus is going to be back, and this is going to be kind of cool. So next Friday, here's what you have to look forward to. I encourage all of you to tune in. So I've told you on this podcast before that I am on a mission to not turn 50. Okay, I can't stop the clock. I will have been on this earth 50 years in next, not next, but in 2 Februarys from now, I will celebrate my 50th birthday. That said, biologically, I don't have to be 50. I want to try to slow turning 50 biologically for as long as I possibly can. And I'm doing that with the help of Dr. Gus Vickery. And part of that requires figuring out, what is my current biological age? Is it below 48, which is my age, or is it a little above? Where is it? We got to know where we are before we can get where we're going. And so I have ordered every single test on my epigenetics, for my gut biome, you name it. We will all figure out exactly just how old Jason is very shortly. Before I do that, I got all these test kits, and I got to tell you, it's a little bit overwhelming. It's a little daunting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring to you the next episode every single test kit that was sent to me by Dr. Gus's office, and we're going to go through, what is the test? How do you get it administered? What's it going to tell us? And why it's important to the process of trying to optimize your health. Because that's the thing. Each and every one of you, whether it's Dr. Gus, whether it's your primary care physician, if you've got an integrated health specialist in your community, you have got to go and figure out where you are if you're ever going to get to where you want to. So I think that's going to be a really cool episode. And then after that, I think we're going to go into membranes. That's what Gus wanted to do. And I actually asked him, would it be okay if I kind of slipped in this special episode of the testing, because I just think it's important. And all of you, if you want to know kind of how this is going to be, many of you have probably heard of Brian Johnson, the Blueprint guy. So Brian Johnson, I believe he was one of the founders of Venmo, multi-millionaire. And he spent over $2 million hacking his age, trying to figure out how to reverse his age. And so it's really fun watching him use himself as basically a human experiment for what he's trying to do in reversing his age. But I don't know about you, but I don't really have $2 million lying around to go try to not turn 50. So what Gus and I are going to try to do is create just the everyman, for lack of a better term, protocols to slow and reverse the aging process. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So I want you to join me in that journey. And it starts next week with the Less Than 50 project that I'm launching, where I'm going to document every single thing I'm doing to reverse my age, or at a minimum, hold at 48 and stay below 50 as long as possible. So please tune in for that. Until we meet again, I hope you continue to improve always in all ways. I'm Jason without Gus, and I'm out. Hey, thank you so much for listening to the show. It means more to me than you can possibly imagine. And if you enjoyed it, please consider going out to Apple and leaving us a 5-star rating. That would mean the world to me. Also, follow me on Insta at Jason Wright Now. And don't forget, download the Vitruvian Lab app. I mean it. I want to be your personal peak performance trainer. I want to help you improve always and always. Lastly, check out my newsletter, the Vitruvian Letter. You can subscribe at jasonwrightnow.com. And until we meet again, please continue to endeavor to improve always in all ways. I'm out.